It's Halloween. Assuming that I was able to upload this video on the date that I intended to upload it, and I'm sharing this video on the day that I intended to share it, it's Halloween. And also assuming that you guys are watching this video the day that I uploaded it, which you should be doing as soon as the notification comes out, as soon as the premiere is starting, it's Halloween. But just in case it isn't, just pretend it is, because Halloween on the US calendar of holidays is definitely in the top tier of holidays. If you're a kid, it's absolutely fantastic. You get to dress up as your favorite characters, maybe dress up as something scary, and go around the neighborhood and be rewarded for pretending to be something that you're not, that you enjoy pretending to be. Absolutely fantastic. And for adults, Halloween can also be as amazing as well. I mean, think about it. Adult women on Halloween dress like this without you even having to pay them. Absolutely amazing, stellar, and I think we can all get on board with this, except for some of you who can't, but honestly, like, just go away. It's not the point. Now, Halloween does teach us a lesson, and I do think that lesson is a little bit not good if you don't leave that lesson on Halloween. And that is, you get rewarded for pretending to be something you're not. And that's actually what I'm going to talk about for this topic, for this video. Now I know, nobody hates philosophical YouTube videos more than me. I hate them with a passion. I respect you guys way too much to tell you to clean your room or give you some kind of life advice and then wrap up the package after making it seem like I know everything with subscribe to my monthly newsletter and you'll learn the ultra super secrets for just $39.99 that I'm selling to you as if the pop philosophy that I'm giving you is the key to living that prosperous life, when in reality, I would be making money off of selling the subscription and thus attaining the prosperous life by selling you the idea of a prosperous life. Can't stand it. Respect you too much. This isn't one of those videos. I don't know everything. This isn't a ploy. I'm not asking for money. Ignore my links to Patreon, Venmo, PayPal, and Subscribestar in the description. That's not what this is about. What I want to do is communicate some advice to you based on some of the feedback that I've been getting in my recent videos that I think is good. But again, I'm just some weirdo on the internet who makes videos and sells weird freaking bunny. I almost said bird. Don't think I'm a genius. I literally almost came up with the word bird for bunny, and I have a bunny mask. Doesn't make any sense. So take it with a grain of salt. If you think it sounds good, then maybe, put some investment in it. And the thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the toolbox fallacy. And the toolbox fallacy comes up a lot when people are working at something that they're not really passionate about, that they don't really care about, but they have goals in the future that they want to pursue, but they are not actually actively pursuing that because there's always an excuse of why they're not doing so. And basically, to break it down in a mathematical equation, it's I can't do X unless I have Y. And this manifests in a ton of different ways, and it actually manifested for me prior to starting this YouTube channel. I always wanted to be a YouTuber. Not always. YouTube wasn't around my whole life. But I wanted to be a YouTuber for significantly more years before the time that I started making YouTube videos for you guys. But I always had an excuse of why I couldn't start a channel, or even when I started a channel, why I wasn't uploading videos frequently, why I wasn't grinding, and it usually had something to do with equipment. Basically, my camera wasn't good enough, or I didn't have a good enough microphone, or I didn't have a good enough setup, or I just needed to get better at editing. All of these things were true. I did have problems with my equipment and my editing, but the point was I still could have been making videos because the best way to learn how to make videos is to actually make videos, not talk about and browse the equipment that you want to potentially make videos, because equipment is never going to make you become the thing that you need to do. The tool does not make the man. The man makes use of the tool. And this applies for women with whatever women use, because I've never seen a woman use a tool. Am I right, guys? No, totally kidding about that. I'm gonna erase editing, Sean, erase that from the video. And you see this all the time. Like, there are a ton of people who want to get better at cooking, and instead of, cooking something, what they do is buy a bunch of cookbooks, and then they buy a bunch of equipment so that they can make meals, but the thing that they never do is cook. The first step to being a great chef or cook or somebody who just makes some meals at home is to start cooking. That's how you get better. You don't need all the fancy ingredients. You don't need all the fancy equipment that Gordon Ramsay's selling you on his YouTube channel. You don't need Gordon Ramsay's cookbook. All the information that you need to become a good chef is available to you online. Sure, there's some basics that you can get, but you don't have to spend out the wazoo in order to get them. If you can't find a fancy ingredient that costs a ton of money, you don't have to save up or say, you know, maybe someday if I ever see that at the store, I'll end up cooking that meal. You can look for substitutes because those substitutes are definitely out there. The point I'm trying to make is that whatever your craft, whatever you want to do in your life, you become that thing by doing it, not talking about or seeking out the correct tools in order to do it. If you're working a 9 to 5 in a job you hate, whatever that job is, if you're an office clerk, I don't know a lot about jobs because I'm a YouTuber, so I'm basically a degenerate who's never worked a real job, even though I have. If you're in sales or whatever, you're a salesman. The fact that you want to be a writer and you aspire to be a writer doesn't mean anything unless you actually write. A writer writes. Well, some of the time. Obviously, this guy, not very big on the writing. I mean, finish the books, George. Come on. A builder builds, a runner runs, a painter paints, a gamer games, a streamer streams, and a YouTuber makes YouTube videos. I've gotten a lot of very nice comments about my recent upgrade in lighting, and I'm incredibly grateful not just for the nice comments, but for the audience that's actually financing this operation and has allowed me to put money back into the operation. Specifically my patrons, my subscribers, all those people. But in reality, these lights don't make me a YouTuber. I'm just as much a YouTuber today as I was prior to having these lights. The microphone that I have doesn't make me a YouTuber. The camera that I have doesn't make me a YouTuber. These are all tools, and unless I use them, they're just waste. Now, I absolutely love them. I love the look of the videos, and I think it's 1,000 times better. And I knew about lighting early on in my channel production, but the thing is, if I would have waited for these lights, which I've gotten now 4 years into my YouTube channel, I'd be 4 years behind the 8 ball when it comes to making my videos. I reached 80,000 subscribers without this better lighting setup. I got a new camera last year. Most of you didn't even notice the difference between the previous camera and the one that I'm recording into right now because I got a similar style camera. The camera didn't make me a YouTuber. The lights didn't make me a YouTuber. These are just tools that can better improve my station as long as I'm actively doing the thing that I want to do. I need to use the tools. Again, the man makes the tools do not make the man. Now look, I'm very big on the sarcasm, and I know that because I am that way, that I've cultivated a number of people in my audience that also have that sarcastic inclination in their body. So some of you out there in the comments are writing about specific jobs where you need specific tools in order to do them that break the mold. And I'm not saying that tools are never important. Obviously, if you want to be a driver, you kind of need a car. If you want to be a pilot, you kind of need a plane. We all get that. I understand that. But for many, many things, you don't actually need the tools or the exact specific, expensive, faraway tools to accomplish the goal that you want to get to. And that's the overall point that I'm trying to make. You don't need a gym membership at the best gym in town in order to get yourself in shape. You can do a lot with just a small weight set. As long as you're committed, you can get a ton of mileage out of something so simple as a couple of dumbbells. But you have to actually commit to working out. And honestly, you don't even need that small set of dumbbells to get yourself in shape. People have been working out for thousands of years, exercising for thousands of years without the aid of weights or any fancy equipment. The toolbox fallacy is just a convenient excuse for you to accept your circumstances and get away with doing nothing. In the years prior to actually starting my YouTube channel, when I was just a camera or a light set or a microphone away from starting it, I accomplished nothing and I actually lost time. I could be way more successful had I just tried it out with the stuff that I had. Over time, just like with this channel, I would have gotten better and upgraded equipment when I needed it, as long as I was willing to put in the work and grind out the equipment that I actually had. Like I did my previous light set, like I did my previous camera, like I did my previous microphones. All that time I spent doing nothing when I knew that this was what I wanted to do was a complete and utter waste. The only thing that I could have done that may have been possibly worse is blow all my money on this fancy equipment and realize that I didn't even like making videos that much. So try to do something with the stuff that you actually have, because if you buy all the tools and then you use them and then you realize you don't enjoy that thing, you have a significantly higher investment and a significantly higher loss than you would have had just trying to make do with as much as you have now, or buying the absolute minimum to get you into whatever hobby, job, or anything that you're actually trying to do. So like I said in the beginning of this video, today is Halloween, a fantastic holiday where we are rewarded for pretending to be things that we absolutely are not. And I just want to let you guys know, as great as Halloween is, every other day of the year, you can be rewarded for not pretending to be something that you're not and actually doing what you set out to do. That's my pop philosophy. Be sure to sign up for my website. That's totally in the description. Just $39.95 a day, and you will get all the secrets to life energy from some degenerate that's shooting videos in his apartment making fun of the Young Turks all the time. Don't you want to model your life after me? I can't believe you absolutely definitely do. Happy Halloween, everybody. Till next time.